a really quick intro about OpenArt. We're an image generation platform, started in 2022, and we're based in San Francisco. The mission of OpenArt is to elevate like creative AI for everyone, because 2 years ago when we just started it, it was like this thing wasn't really like accessible to the general public, and we were like, we got to bring this to everyone. So now it's been 2 years, and if you've tried generating with AI, you've probably done something like this. Maybe you've tried to create like some marketing assets for your website, and then you'll realize that, like you'll be prompting like things, but then you get like completely random images, and you're not able to control what style you want, and then you end up with like inconsistent images on your website. Maybe you've tried to create a character, and then even though you're prompting the same things, you get like sort of different characters for every image. Maybe you've tried to create a real human, and like the fingers are always so messed up, so dreadful. And in today's presentation, like if you've used AI, I think you'll be able to like learn a lot of tips to know that working with AI has sort of like a growth learning curve. And the trajectory is gonna be like, maybe it's a little confusing at first, but it's gonna get a lot better the moment you start getting the hang of it. And if you haven't worked with AI, it's a peek at what you're able to get. And I feel like by the end of it, you're gonna wanna use it. So yeah. And before I start going into the details, I actually want to train a model like on the spot. So if possible, like Anton, could you allow my screen share into the stage? It's the other tab. So I was hoping to do like a live demo. If you've seen the marketing page of our current live session, it was of this style. And just now, I was actually trying to like upscale these icons. So I took a bunch of screenshots and I upscaled them using AI. And now, yeah, this is just something I was trying to do. Maybe we'll do like a marketing day style model. And I'm hoping to train this so you can see how fast and powerful this is on the spot. And I haven't tried it, so I'm really hoping it'll turn out well. But to describe the style, it's kind of green and white color palette. And then it's a clean vector icon. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll just drop all the images that I've prepared. It's actually only 8 images. So if you're able to get like 100, you'll get something much better. But let's just start the training. And it usually only takes a few minutes. So this is kind of like how you can use AI to really guide the style of generations. It's kind of like working with a designer. You want to be able to tell AI what you want without it giving you random images. So on the far left, this is what we will be getting if we just prompted person in desert. And you'll see it's like really generic. But in the middle, now if we're trying to create like a sort of techie, more sleek, modern aesthetics, we can add a little bit in the prompting and say it's sleek, simplistic, techie, and then we start getting something more interesting. But then if you want something the Apple style, what we can do is we can train an Apple style model, which is kind of like the same process as what we would have done just now. But you will upload a bunch of pictures in the Apple style. And then when training's done, you'll start getting images like this by prompting the same thing, person in desert. So these were like the training images that I used for this Apple style model. I only like collected about 15 images, and the results were really stunning. So it's like originally without the Apple style model, if we were saying person smiling, wearing watch, they would give us generic people like smiling and wearing like generic watches. But after the Apple style model, we're getting these people wearing like Apple watches. So for person walking, again, like really different style, but after training the Apple style model, we start getting like, I don't even know how to describe this Apple aesthetics, but it's like really creative, photorealistic angles, really high quality, like cinematic views. So yeah, we start getting these, and definitely very interesting. And the model training, like right now, most of the things I'm presenting to you like weren't even possible 2 months ago. So this is moving so fast, and I can't even imagine how this is going to change marketing. Yeah, I don't think I'm actually able to play any videos from this slide. Maybe we just move back to my screen share actually, and then I'll just present from there. All right, thank you. I wonder if you're able to hear the sound. So if you're able to hear it, like, or not able to hear it, let me know. But that was like kind of what we're doing. What AI is doing here is it's learning the common themes and it's applying them into your. Oh, you can't hear it. I'm so sorry. It's applying your unique traits in the training images, and so that when you generate images, it can get it. That's basically what I was saying in the video that you couldn't hear. I can't get the sound to work. That's such a shame. But here's an example of this. This is just some images that I found. I used some images that I found online, and I tried to create this corporate illustration, cozy style. And then these were the images that I was able to generate out of the model by like simply prompting. And this is actually a model I trained on my dog Lucy. It's super stunning. The model training is based on Flux, which is one of the best model like frameworks right now. And the thing about my dog is my dog has one ear up and one ear down, and no AI has been able to do this before. But with the newest technology, now we're able to do it. And so like you can really imagine like what you're able to do with these technologies. You can create any character. You can have like your own brand ambassadors or something like that. So there's like a real user case. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll make sure to talk as I play through the videos. So, yeah, this is a real user case that somebody on OpenArt shared with me, and unfortunately, I can't disclose what they were doing. But basically, they had this kind of hospital chain, and they trained like a brand ambassador model to create marketing images of the same person like performing different actions at the hospital, so that they can print out brochures for people to feel welcomed and feel at ease. So this is something that like, yeah, it's like a lot of really creative use cases that you can use AI for. I can't really show you that, but I can show you something very similar. Like, for example, these are models that are published by people. And I don't know if this is based on a real person or a AI person, but this model is named Lara. So let's say she's our brand ambassador for our food company. So we can say Lara holding a plate of, what food should we put? Pizza? Smiling. And then we can generate some images, and you'll actually be able to see how fast this is. Oh, stunning. Right. And like, just look at this quality. I feel like if Lada were like a real person and I knew her, I actually wouldn't be able to tell, because I've tried training models on my friends, on myself, and people actually cannot tell. And this is so fast. We can do something else since she's a field ambassador. What else do we have? Like a plate of cupcakes, smiling, and then let's give her some cute background, pink interior background. I'm really glad the live demos are doing well. Because it's always like something about AI that like you see the pre-recorded demos and you think it's so stunning, you go try out the tool and it's just not the same. I hope this is proving to you that AI is actually moving so fast, like we're getting it to a point where you can actually use it. But you see, this one's just lagging forever. That happens. It's actually really rare. But would you just look at that image quality? This is like directly usable for your marketing. And yeah, like when I used it for the first time, I was actually so stunned. Let me see if we have another model. This is also some model trained by an OpenArt user and published onto the platform. And I think this is just a cute little like cat character. Let's see what the cat character can do. Oh, this one's lagging. Let's say owl eating popcorn. Oh, that is so cute. So now you get this cat to do whatever you want, and you can just use this as like for like all these image qualities are actually really high and they're directly usable. You can also say owl shopping groceries with a shopping cart. Oh, yeah. Just look at that. It's really cute. Right. So with that, you can really do so much with your brand. And then the second part about this presentation is actually about how to get AI to do what you want, because maybe when you first started using AI a few months ago, again, like a lot of the things weren't there yet, but it's getting that there's just so much more now. For example, if you're trying to generate a picture of a person dancing with a certain like position, for example, in ballet, this position is called arabesque, and it actually looks like this, but a lot of the times the models don't have the necessary knowledge of what this term means, so you just can't get it right. And this is actually something about the models, like they are getting better, and every month, every day they are getting better, but we're not there yet. And I think it's probably going to take like 2 more years until we get like a really, really knowledgeable model. They're already pretty good right now, but there are like more things that we need to do so that we can work with AI to get what we want. So there's something called a post reference, and if we upload that, we can start getting the correct posts. And this is actually based on this technology where it kind of just analyzes the image that you upload, and it gives you like these human nodes, and then it uses like these nodes on like the human anatomy to generate a photo using AI. So it's more like if you're trying to work with AI, like one learning that's really helped me is that you like maybe the first or second times is not really gonna work. But there are always like hacky ways that you can make this work. And like the more you get into it, the more you realize what like it's capable of. And then you start discovering this whole new world. And I really hope that this has audio, but I'm gonna try to play it. It's just a quick demo of what's possible. So I think the audio of this video is just music. So if you want to watch a video with the natural music, I can share a link for this, or you can I can view the slides and you will get the audio. It's also in my YouTube channel, so it can be a problem. But this is demoing something called a blend board, where we're combining like all these different elements into the same image using AI, and then you'll see that the quality is super high. Like we don't need Photoshop anymore for this. Audio works? Does it work or does it not work? Oh, um, yeah, and then this is just another quick demo. Whether or not the audio works, I can explain it. So this is something called AI in painting, where you can kind of mask a little bit of the image, and then you can prompt something else. For example, I'm turning this red gemstone into black in this example. And then here I can also just like mask like the food in the bowl or something and turn it into something else. So it's like working with AI, you don't have to get it in the first try. There are actually like a whole suite of tools available to you, and you can iterate just like how you would working with something non-AI. I think in this example, we're changing the background of this by just prompting, like uh, putting in plain English. Right. And then now I think we're ready for some more next level use of AI. Um, this is gonna look a little bit techy, but it's actually a lot easier than you think it might be. It's something called the Comfy UI, which is like a framework where you can use to develop a lot of image generation flows. And by that, I just mean you can combine a lot of technologies that are available to you that are probably developed by other people. They work in like different nodes, and then you can combine them. It's gonna kind of look like this. But uh, what you end up getting is a simple workflow that can help you accomplish a certain task. For example, this is a workflow where you can input a close image, and then it can output this like mock-up image where a person, like a real model, is wearing this piece of clothes. So this is something that's achievable by building something like this. And you don't have to build something like this yourself, but there are like this whole community of people that are really into this. And I actually know a lot of people working with workflows engineers, and you can develop a workflow for your own business that might be really helpful for you. So, for example, if you are creating e-commerce mockups, or you're like an e-commerce platform, you can really like work with someone, get a workflow like this, and it can really help you speed things up. So here's another example that I wanted to show you. this is what we did for like a client actually, but we're doing it for them a year ago. We don't really offer this service as OpenArt, but here's what we did as an experiment. Basically, they have this like gaming company, and they need to like spin out a lot of different seasonal marketing assets. Like for St. Patrick's Day, for example, they had to put their main character into like this background and then have a little poster so they can like have things in the app store. And this is like a workflow where they will be able to do this for every seasonal thing by just like prompting and putting in images of their in-game backgrounds and characters. Just sort of the same example, you can use an AI workflow like this to just like flush out a bunch of marketing assets like this, and it's going to have the knowledge on like what the main characters are and what the backgrounds are, what the main elements are, and even your logo, like your aesthetics, and you can just make that work. So this is kind of like really helping us look into the future of creative AI. And I think our mission here is really to like help make that possible, like easier for everyone, more accessible for everyone. And for myself, I started a YouTube channel because, again, I think there's some sort of a learning curve to work with AI right now, and there aren't too many good resources for like us to really get to know about every tool and how, like, because there are a lot of nitty-gritty details and like tips, and if you don't know them, it's probably really hard for you to like start working with AI. So we're really trying to make this work. And from what I'm seeing, I think we're going to be expecting many really high quality foundation models. And by foundation models, I mean things like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion 3.5 that just came out, things like Flux, and all these image models. They're only going to become more and more of them, and they're going to become more powerful, more knowledgeable, higher quality. And if we're users, then what we're going to be seeing is you're going to have such an abundance of good models, you're going to like struggle to choose the good, like the right model for your use case. So it's definitely going to become like a whole thing where people will need a lot of resources and a lot of access to these tools. And this is like just a paradigm that we're looking at. If we think about the online video content, it's actually making up 82% of all the traffic in 2022. I'm guessing probably closer to 90% right now. And this is a 15-fold increase from 2017. So that's kind of like a movement from a shift from image content or like text content to video content online enabled by technologies, which is nuts to me. And if we think about AI, like, and looking at this, what is proving to us is it's not going to be long until a lot of the things that we come across online are going to become AI generated. This is a study done by Originality AI, and they're actually saying that out of the top 20 Google search results, 18% of the sample websites have AI content. And this is really telling us if, as marketers, what we need to do to like really keep up or like be ahead of people. Because if you look at 2024, it's really just skyrocketing. And like, it's just so much faster. And most of the time, the quality is good. Like, if you work well with AI, people won't even be able to tell that it's AI generated. So I think it's really time for us to learn how to work with it and help other people like get accustomed to this new landscape. And I wanted to spend some time talking about copyrights, but maybe I can leave that for the FAQ. Because I want to see if the model we trained worked. Oh, it's done training. Okay, let's try something together. Thinking of things to prompt. person wearing headset. All right, let's do 4 images. And we should be getting clean little icons like the ones you've seen on the sign up page. Oh, cute. Yeah. If Anton or anybody's here, I wonder if this is going to be usable for you on the next AI marketing day. Let's think of something else. Chat bubble. I'm running out of creativity here. I think we're getting a lot of good things that are basically directly usable. I really, really like this one actually. So that was quite a success. If you have like any other things that you want me to try to generate, you can probably try to leave in the comments. If I see it, I can come back to it in the FAQ. And just to look at something even crazier about AI, we can actually now generate a 3D model from like a plain 2D image like this. This is like a very beta preliminary view of what's possible, but we're getting there. A lot of cool things. And I think somebody did ask about the YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is OpenArt AI. I think you'll get it if you look it up. But yeah, like if you want to look at any of the videos that we didn't have audio in this webinar, feel free to go check it out. But let's come back to the copyrights question for a little bit. This is something that I get asked a lot, and I want to just give a little like sort of like my 2 cents on what's going to happen in the next few years about AI content and copyrights. So we know how right now there aren't really like any laws or guidelines that we can really go about because the technology is just so new, and then we need time for the laws to keep up. But in terms of generating content, something that we at OpenArt is really concerned about is if people are using these technologies for the wrong use cases, for example, like CSAM, and we have like zero tolerance about those things. It's just we're trying to do what we can as like a image generation platform to make sure that these technologies are used for the good. And then when it comes to training like a person model, like for example, if you're using like AI generated face and you're training, you're making that into like a character, that's probably okay. But if you're doing it to like a real person and like with the technologies, you are able to do like make this person do bad things in these AI generated images. And the way we want to think about this is just um like first of all it's immoral and if you want to like make sure you don't get into any trouble, I would recommend not doing it. It's actually illegal if like anything happens. And to know that no matter what image generation tools or technologies you use, like the creator like you is going to end up being liable for it. And we really really like want to make sure that these technologies are used for the right reasons. But it's really hard, and I think like even right now we're working with like a lot of partners and like people in the field to think about like what we can do here. And um and I really hope that because I know everyone here is like really here for the good of AI, and I hope that we can like really make this work together, because I know there are a lot of like negative sentiments especially online towards AI, thinking that's like stealing creativity, is like taking things away from like people who are like creating by hand. But with the presentation today, I'm hoping that more of the world sees that it's not the case. I think AI, just like computers, just like tools like Photoshop, or like most of the softwares that our like designers work with, it's actually enabling more, that like now we can do more, and it's just making things more powerful for us. So I'm all in for like embracing this technology. And I think with that, we can conclude my presentation today. And then I know like a lot of people are asking questions, so maybe we just go into the Q&A.
Helena, I see a lot of comments in the chat like amazing, great, astonishing, and yes, it's really time to go to some questions. Martina is asking, can I upload a photo of me there and ask it to generate some photos? So how to make with OpenArt your personal photo session?
Yeah, you definitely could upload a photo of yourself. There are usually two ways to do that. The first way is you can train a model, like a face model. You probably want to gather like more than 10 images of your face, maybe doing like different facial expressions, like crying, laughing, like everything, so it can really capture what you look like as a real person. And then you can get your own model that you can use. Another way is face reference, which is like a slightly like I would say tech-wise lower tier solution, but more, but also lower costs. So with that, you can upload one picture of your face and then start generating pictures from that.
Yeah, I do in this way, and it's always complicated to get the guy who is similar to me. It's
Yeah,
always
but
get its own issues.
actually, Anton, I think you should try the new like face model. With the thing that I was just showing you. I can give you some model quota, because when we're working together on like our video, this technology actually wasn't out yet. And right now, like how we train the model is based on Flux, and it's just so crazy good. Like
Yeah,
I
Flux
actually
definitely is one
I
of the best things that what had happened with AI during this year.
yeah, it's actually like groundbreaking. Like people can't tell anymore. I
Let's move
actually
to
like have a friend who literally just trained a model on herself, and then she generated like a work professional profile picture. So she didn't even have to go take a photo, but it looks so real, and like really nice professional like clothes, really nice background. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy.
Let's move to the next question. We have question wanna ask, in case when I need commercial photo that present product like toothpaste, how to work with words on product, especially if they're small. Can you give recommendations about this, please? Yeah,
Hmm.
text is definitely maybe one of the issues that we have with AI generation. Are any tricks and recommendations?
Yeah, text is definitely something that's still hard, because I think a lot of the times what AI models like we're trying to do is to generate text to write for you guys, but that's not enough, because you actually want the text to be good looking. And that's some like next level thing that I think that the foundation like models, like the technologies are just not there yet. So give us some time. But right now, the workaround is I would try to generate something without any text, and then like try to overlay text using more traditional tools like Photoshop. Because a lot of times you want to like get the font right, you want to get the color right, and you want to still be able to like manipulate the text. For example, if like with um like V, he's asking about a toothpaste, then the text is really small, and like you probably want them to like bend a little on the product like really naturally, and maybe you want to like try out different things. For example, you want to put the text like here, see if it looks good. If not, like you want to move it to somewhere else, like on the toothpaste, and see if that's better. So you want to have that flexibility of like moving things around. So right now, I think it's easier to like generate like work using a combination of AI generation tools and non-AI traditional tools. But we're really hoping we can get there soon, so you can just be like completely like AI.
We have a next question from Radioactive Bus. How too difficult it is to become an AI artist nowadays? Is it already saturated? And every day I see a lot of AI pictures that were trained without the consent of the original authors. How does it work? So is it easy to become an AI artist today? Helena, what do you think about this?
I still don't really know what an AI artist means, because the way I see it is anyone can be an artist and AI is just a means to an end. So if you want to be an artist, like you could pick up a pencil, you could pick up a brush, you could be like working with digital things, you could be painting on iPad, you could use AI. AI is only like a tool. So I think the real question is like, what are you trying to get out of like becoming an AI artist? If you're trying to become an artist, like AI can definitely help you. But this term AI artist is becoming a little like, I think it is getting a little saturated right now because the AI models are getting so good and the bars are getting lower and lower for becoming an AI artist if like your main means to create things is AI. But at the end of the day, like I think if you're an artist, like you're trying to convey something and you're trying to like really show your personality, like your histories and those things. AI is again, it's just a tool. Like it's not gonna guide who you are or like what you're capable of doing. And then like the second part of the question, like um I think this is like again like something that we really really care about. And it's also my recommendation for like businesses who are trying to work with AI. Like you want to be really careful of like not using copyrighted content to train your own like fine-tuned models. Like honestly, the biggest like foundation models out there, like they are probably like trained on many copyrighted things. And it's a really like I would say it's a gray area. And right now there's no right or wrong. It's kind of just advancement of the technology. But what we're able to do as users is to make sure that we can't be held liable and we're not doing anything wrong, like morally. So if you're like prompting something, like you're explicitly say mentioning like an artist's name without their consent, then that could actually be used against you, being like, hey, you're trying to plagiarize them like intentionally. So don't do that and try to like really do something that's yourself, like that comes from yourself. So basically the guidelines is whatever you won't do without using an AI tool, don't do it with an AI tool. Because you could also tell like a human artist to go copy like another artist's style. And that's also training things without consent of the original authors. So, AI doesn't change it here. Like it just makes things easier, but whatever you won't do without AI, like you also don't want to do it with AI.
It's a great moral principle. Thank you, Helena, for it. Let's move to the next question. It's one of the main pains for each AI creator. Which tool do you use to make a consistent character in different settings? What are your recommendations about consistency? It's a pain for a lot of AI artists. How do you manage it?
I know. This is so great. I actually love this question. So thank you so much for this question. This is the main product that we're working on right now. We're trying to like make something that about characters that nobody has ever seen. Like a preview of what it might look like is you can start with a character image, or you can like have a like I don't know, just a prompt or a background story or an idea, and you can generate a character, and then this character is gonna be like yours. So you can now prompt the character to do different things in different settings. That's what we're working on. But as of right now, like training a model is definitely like probably the highest quality way. There are a lot of different ways, and I actually have a video on consistent characters on the YouTube channel, so you could go check it out. But right now, like most things are kind of hacky. Like it's kind of like workaround with a lot of different features, maybe also like different platforms. So yeah, we're trying to build something that's gonna make it easier.
Great, thank you for answering. We have a question from Fernanda. You see it on screen. Which tools would you recommend for building flows?
Building flows as in like AI automation
Yeah,
flows.
yeah.
I would say I don't know what the use case is here, because how I would be building flows is just like to code. But if you don't want to work with code, maybe Zapier. I think it can handle most of the like generic, or not generic, but like most flows that already have integrations built out.
Helena,
But
we
yeah,
have we have the last question in the chat from Nadia. It's about your vision of the what is will be exploding in the next 12 months in AI. Maybe this is the right question to check what is going on. Nadia is asking what the niche area of AI that you think will explode in the next 12 months.
what the niche area of AI, like as in visual wise or like in general?
I think that visualization is the most closest to you, but if you will share with us general ideas, we will also appreciate it.
I think visualization wise, yeah, thank you for the question. I think visualization wise, like video is really gonna become something within the next 12 months. And yeah, like let's just see what happens. Like I'm pretty sure this is gonna happen. And in general, I think the two things that I actually care about the most in the general AI world is multimodal like models and long like context aware agents. So what they mean is like models is kind of like you can take in like all sorts of different file types, including like Excel sheets, images, videos, everything. Like it's you can give it any input and it can give you any output. So it's almost like a human, I would say. It's kind of crazy, but I think that's really gonna like reshape a lot of the current like human computer interactions that we're used to with this like sort of computer interface. And um another thing that's context aware agent is like having an AI agent that's actually aware of you and your project, your business, like what you're working with. Like it should know that, for example, like Anton, it should know that like you're having an AI marketing day coming up. And we're actually seeing a little bit of that in GPT 4.0, because if you use ChatGPT, you realize it's remembering things about you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and you can kind of edit the memories and stuff, but maybe like in the next 12 months it's going to become like project based. For example, if Anton, you want ChatGPT to know about your like AI marketing stuff, you can have one agent just knowing about that, and then you can have a different agent that knows about like your life that you don't want the AI marketing day agent to know about, you know.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, like these are the really cool things that I think are going to be happening uh, in 2025.
Helena, thank you for sharing. It was really amazing. I will definitely jump in your offer to play with your new Flux model and try to train it and update our Udemy course. You saw the chat. A lot of people said thank you and that the presentation was amazing. We were happy to have you on this conference. Thank you one more time and have a great day.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.